Golf's no different from hockey. Requires talent, self-discipline.
Golf requires goofy pants and a fat ass. You should talk to my neighbor, the accountant, probably a great golfer, huge ass.
How do you measure yourself with other golfers? By height.
It's a very, very special honor.
I'm Paula Creamer, and you're listening.
Well, we're waiting.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, a.k.a. John Kreese from Cobra Kai, and you're listening to
Quiet Please.
Let the word go out from here across the land. Let Daddy Noonan approve.
Hi, boys. Nice day for golf, ain't it? Quiet, please. Oh, you got secrets, eh?
Hey, this is Shooter McGavin. You're listening to the...
Hey, you guys. Hey, we're trying to have a podcast over here.
The stage is set. Bethpage Black is getting the final touches put on, and the teams have been solidified. And now let the pundits begin to rail on the selections from both sides of the ocean. I'm Alan DePew. You have found Quiet Please Golf Podcast. Every week we debate the men, women shaping the game, as well as a little instruction, throw in there a little bit of travel and golf destinations. And I'm joined every week by my panel of experts. As always, the ever-present one, Mr. Andy Hydorn.
Happy to be in this foursome today.
Yes. And I apologize, Andy. I want to apologize even before I introduce it. I feel like I got a really good glare going on the specs today here on the screen. But Bobby Baldessari out there in Bourbon Country. Hello, Bobby.
Yep. Cheers to Christian. And I love Andy's shirt. Andy wins best shirt of the night.
And the prettiest podcaster in golf. He's joined us, and he's wearing his Eagles jersey. And here, as one that lives here in Eagles land, it's on.
Go Birds, baby.
We're seeing the Super Bowl.
So happy the NFL is back.
I can't state my allegiance because I do live at Eagles land, and somebody may come after me. So, I mean, hey.
We're doing our picks tonight.
It's the best time of the year.
We'll do our picks tonight. I've got Patriots and Eagles in Super Bowl.
I did place a future on those Patriots to win that division this year. Just saying.
There we go.
Mike Vrabel might be one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, honestly, of all time. I think he's a great coach, defensive-minded coach. How many coaches get into literally at the bottom of a pile at a practice? Come on.
Right.
None. You think Nick Sirianni's getting in that? No shot.
He and Dan Campbell.
And Dan Campbell.
I was going to say, I mean, it's either Niners, Lions, or Eagles out of the NFC, and it's Kansas City, Buffalo, and
Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore.
Yeah,
probably out of the
that Sunday night football game, though.
However, and I don't want to divert, but hey, what a stupid freaking trade by Jerry Jones.
I mean, are we surprised at this point with Jerry?
No.
I mean,
what's up with that's down your way, Andy, down in Texas.
Yeah, but don't you remember, like, the Herschel Walker trade?
Yes, I do.
He was referencing that, yeah.
I mean,
this was not the Herschel Walker trade.
Well, maybe not yet.
Well, okay.
Time will tell, I guess, on that trade, but I don't know.
Yep. Hey, let's get into a little golf chat. So,
why would we do that?
Yeah. So, no one is surprised about the European selections. I mean, it was real simple. Top 12, toss Matt Wallace, slide in John Rahm, done. Do you agree, Bobby?
Yeah, why mess up a winning team, basically? Especially on the road, which is tougher to win on the road. So, yeah, I think the European selections, looking at all these surveys, these golfer, I don't know, not call-in shows, but surveys. And I'd agree. I think, Luke Donald's a smart guy, got the analytics, got guys that know how to get the ball in the hole, as I always like to say. I don't know. I think the European team is really, really strong. I like the picks.
Andy, anything shocking about Luke's team?
No, but I'll say this. I think everybody tends to be more critical of the home team, right? More critical of your own team, if you will. And I read some things this week from the British and European press that people were going bonkers over Matt Fitzpatrick being selected on this team, thinking he didn't deserve the pick. He shouldn't be on the team. He's not playing well. So you tend to think it's only your side that has the problematic picks. It goes both ways. And like we've always said, you never know if a pick's good until the last putt drops at the Ryder Cup, right?
Yeah, but Christian, I mean, Matty Fitz versus Matt Wallace, and Wallace had a great year and was noticeably upset about not getting picked.
There it was.
But it's Matty Fitz, Christian.
Well, because it shows how much it means to these guys to represent Team Europe, right? And Team USA for that matter, right? But I think you can make an argument for a lot more guys on Team Europe than you could Team USA. There's more deep this year. I scratched my head with some of Keegan's picks. Love Keegan. Don't think Colin deserved to be on the team, personally, just based off of the season that he had. I think it's going to be an interesting Ryder Cup. I think if the USA team can get off to a hot start, it'll be interesting to see how the next few days go after that. Because they're open right now as a favorite to win. And Team Europe's at plus money right now to win the Ryder Cup.
But that's my point, though, Christian. Like, you're going to pick on Colin Morikawa, rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean, you have certain reasoning behind it. It's the same way that they're talking about Matt Fitzpatrick. Right?
Absolutely. It's the same exact way.
Talking about major winners. You're talking about guys that you want to be in good form so they can
100%.
play in the Ryder Cup team and give you the best chance. But everybody's gonna have their little opinions on who should be there, who shouldn't. I think
it's going to happen every Ryder Cup, though, right?
But I don't think of the 12 picks, I don't really think there are any surprises.
No.
But yeah, Bobby, I'm going to piggyback off of what the youngster there said, which is everybody cares about this. And as soon as the selections were done, I should give proper credit. I can't remember who it was. It'll come to me at some point. Said the captain of the U.S. team did the most Ryder Cup thing ever by not picking himself. So let's get there and let's start debating it. Should Keegan be on the team?
I think if he wasn't a captain all day long, but the minute he gets, I understood why he didn't pick himself after I dug into it a little bit more. The minute he steps foot on Bethpage, when the actual tournament starts, his mind is going to be everywhere, thinking about pairings, thinking about who's doing what. If he was actually, playing on the golf course, he'd probably play like shit, to be honest, because he's going to be so worried about what other guys on the team are doing. He thought it was the best decision. And I know that when Zach Johnson didn't pick him, he should have. That hurt him tremendously. I think it was the smart professional decision to make at that time, personally. I don't think he would have helped us any more than he would have helped us already.
I think he would have been like that, pick the athlete, pick the team, that the person's there and just can get everybody going. I think he embraced being a captain, the quote-unquote captain, the role. He was hired for that, so he's going to see that through. I mean, I remember back in the day when it was the 12 picks and that was it. And there was a lot of consternation because somebody was 9, 10, 11, 12. They hadn't been playing well. They got points from the year before. Remember that, Andy? And it'd be in Allen.
Yeah,
Kristen, this is ancient history for you, by the way. It used to be, in the good old days, 12 picks and that's it. And so then they changed that. So now it's gone from one extreme to the other. Now
it was 10-2 for the longest.
It was 10-2 forever.
Yeah.
And actually, Europe had 9-3 when we had 10-2, if I remember right.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's almost like 6 is, I don't know. 8 seems to be good. 10 seems to, I don't know. We all talked about this though, but like that with that team that's on fire, the Packers wild card years ago, the Patriots actually wild card years ago. Some of these teams that are just peaking at the right time, they don't have the best record. Somebody else does, but they are playing the best. They're hot. They're getting the bounces. The hole looks this big.
I remember last time in Italy where the biggest criticism was there was like 30 days between like competition for the U.S. team.
Yep.
The European team had still some events in there. There was 30 days in there. And you know what? if it takes you 1.5 days to knock the rust off, it's too late.
Yep.
It's too late. And I don't know that that's really any different this time around.
I was just going to say, what's changed?
Well, I think the European team personally, when it comes, like they're going into, and the same goes to the USA because this could also hurt us. Going to New York is arguably one of the worst fan bases when it comes to, they're going to be up loud, they're going to be obnoxious, they're going to be into it, obviously. I think that's going to intimidate a lot of the European team, but also if USA doesn't get off to a hot start, New York fans, just like Philly, are going to literally get on them for not playing well.
And I agree with 95% of what you said, other than save one or two players. And I'm thinking of Rasmus, and every one of those guys are veterans and have already played in Ryder Cups.
Yeah, but I feel like they haven't played. I feel like Bethpage is going to be a little different.
Yeah, I think Bethpage is going to just. I think Bethpage is going to descend into one of the levels of Dante's hell. To be quite honest with you, I mean, I think the rudeness and the how did I describe it, Bobby? The level,
the debauchery.
Yeah, the debauchery of where it's going to take golf is going to be terrible.
They'll be recovering that for weeks to come.
It is, something that hit me the other day. Well, actually goes back a while when they were debuting those ticket prices. And I thought, is it even feasible to think about that? We've seen this in Boston where the rabid, crazy, wicked lunatic Boston sports fan is going to the regular games and maybe a couple of playoff games, but that Stanley Cup final and those championship games, they ratchet up the ticket prices and get the white collar guys there that are drinking their like champagne, and they're not going crazy. So you lose some of that.
Q mixers, Bobby.
Well, Q mixer, yeah.
Pinky out.
But you lose some of that home course advantage. I don't know. I'm just curious to see, is it going to go over the top? Because the ticket prices are expensive. It's tough to find a place. They're like quadrupling hotels. It's crazy in there. I mean,
well, it's any sporting event.
Well, they're now. I mean, this is Daytona. This is the Super Bowl. This is the World Series. That's the way they're trying to position it. I had an offer yesterday. I could take as a golf real estate broker. I could take one of my clients up there, have a tent space for a nominal $6,000.
It's a deal. Wow.
Well,
it's any event though. Hockey, golf, basketball.
Yeah, but
no matter where you go.
The idiot fans are always the ones that figure out how to find the money to go to those games.
True. They're golf bros.
Justify. Oh, don't foreshadow the bro conversation.
Yeah, right.
I mean, so let's break down Captain Keegan. I mean, we know we pretty much all called it. Did not take Brian Harmon. Did not take Andrew Novak.
Didn't take Goddard.
Go ahead, say it, Bobby. We didn't take Goddard up.
Didn't take Goddard up. I was trying to hold back on that, Andy.
No, but honestly, you go to both sides. Like, it was consensus more than ever. And the only one was the Morikawa pick, and it was Morikawa or Keegan, right? So, and that's not even a fair situation because of the dynamic of the captaincy. But I mean, like we had so many of the same picks, except you, Bobby, because you're reimagining Ryder Cup.
There you go.
You have to look.
But seriously, I mean,
oh, we lost Andy.
Oh, Andy froze. What the hell?
Did I freeze?
You froze.
You froze.
The issue, obviously, when it comes to the same picks, the issues that I have is that I feel like, and I mentioned this to you guys, that the Ryder Cup has become so, like, I don't want to say political, but it's come down to the fact of who is the more likable name. Colin Morikawa has not played well this season. It's very obvious. I don't think he'll play well at Bethpage, personally. He may not even win a point for us. However, when you look at a player that's not as a big name, Chris Gotterup, who has honestly played better golf in the last 3 or 4 months than, maybe a few other guys you can make an argument for, but he's played some solid golf around the world. You can make an argument that, okay, do people really want to watch Chris Gotterup, or would they rather watch a major champion named Colin Morikawa? The same thing happened at the last Ryder Cup.
Can you honestly sit here and say that somebody's going to want to watch Patrick Cantlay because they're going to watch him for like 27 steps?
No offense. And this is not a slap to any of these guys. Nobody's going to watch Patrick Cantlay. Nobody's going to want to watch Russell Henley. And nobody's going to want to watch Ben Griffin. Sorry, but they're not going to.
Well, Ben Griffin was a stock
or Harris English for that matter. Like, nobody's going to want to watch these guys. Like, when I look at our team, we're not as deep, obviously, as the Europeans. It's Scotty Scheffler and everybody else. That's how I look at it. Because he's so far away from our team right now as far as consistency, and you could even say likability from that standpoint. He's going to win every match that he looks at, in my opinion. But, like, ever since JJ Spawn won the U.S. Open, hasn't really played well. Bryson on Live, consistent.
The legendary Michael Booker chiming in. Europe's bringing the same team as last year, except for one player. That's cohesiveness.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, I would say if somebody, and I want to bring it, I want to get your guys' thoughts on it, but did you guys see the Brooks Koepka comments?
I did right before we click record.
So basically, long story short, somebody asked Brooks, if he was upset not even being considered for the team, Ryder Cup coming up, all that stuff. And he said that he was disappointed, obviously, in himself, not playing well. The comment that really kind of perked my ears up a little bit, he was like, it's just the situation that I'm in. Being on Live and then not playing well, I don't think Live had anything to do with me not being on the team, but it was more of a timing of the year and trying to get the ball rolling, which I was unable to do.
You know what? He's a man for communicating that, because I think
100%.
I think that's true, and it's not really, maybe the bloody type of comment that people are looking for, but it's true. It's the facts.
I'm a firm believer, and I've had this conversation with friends. I've had the conversation with my better half. Like, I've told people that if Brooks was not injured when Liv came out, he would not even have considered going to Liv.
Here's a hypothetical. Would you want to have Koepka or Morikawa?
In a big time situation, Koepka all day long.
You want the PGA there.
Morikawa.
I wouldn't even. I would argue that all day long.
Koepka's game is trash right now.
So is Colin. Colin played well at the Tour Championship, but prior to that, he really hasn't played well all season long.
Cantlay, played his way onto the team at the Tour Championship.
I mean, when you look at big moments, who shows up more? Brooks Koepka. He's won more majors than Colin Morikawa has in big moments. I think somebody like Brooks would feed off of this crowd. If he played like shit leading up to this and shooting nothing but, say, 75, 70s, whatever, he would go out and fire a 63 on day one, because that's how he can just turn a switch, and I think that he would feed off the crowd in New York and play really well.
Andy, how impressive is it that Bryson played his way into an automatic in, 8 events?
Yeah, I mean, he deserves it, I mean, every time he got a chance to play, open golf, he was in the mix.
Yep. When I look at our team compared to the Europeans have a lot more fire under them. So, like, if they make a putt, they're going to get a lot more excited. You think that when I look at, like, no offense, Cam Young, he's not going to get really pumped up when he makes a putt. JT is, to get the crowd in the mix.
You see emotions at the Ryder Cup that you don't ever see.
You do, but I just don't. I guess I haven't seen it. And even in majors, because they come out in majors too. I know it's different. They're different settings.
And frankly, they're not the same. Like, the emotions are not even close to the same.
Not even close.
I mean, like I don't necessarily think that that's a great thing or a bad thing, right? Like, someone fist pumping and yelling at the crowd, like I could give two shits about that. If someone like Cam Young's going to get all worked up and not show it, I'm good with that,
Yeah. So what are your thoughts, all of you, on the whole Bryson not being able to play with the team ahead of time? That was a whole controversy that leading up to the Ryder Cup, because he's on live. He can't do, like, Keegan got a team together, but Bryson can't do it because he's on live. Did you guys even see that or no?
I did see it. I don't have a feeling on it. I mean, we haven't. I mean, I guess that's a something difference with Keegan's captaincy is that they're actually trying to build some cohesiveness because, I mean, we've never had it in the past, and therefore we got our ass kicked for like 30 years. So, I mean,
everybody's so heavily favored on the Europeans. I'm going to take the USA to win. I think we somehow find a way to get it done. Bookmark it.
You're flipping.
I know Michael Booker's listening to this right now. He's on my side.
Is it a gimme?
I think the U.S. team needs Mike Booker to play. That's what they need.
Well, Booker just added it must be celebrated that Keegan not picking himself all-time class move, rare in our culture, victim.
I can see it right now.
Especially for a professional golfer, old school, actually thinking big picture, greater. You're dead on there, Mike.
Kudos.
Without question.
USA is going to win the Ryder Cup. Keegan Bradley is going to bring the Ryder Cup on this show, sitting next to Mark Bradley. I can see it right now.
Bobby, make that call.
I'll make the call.
Nah, I don't know, obviously, but that would be pretty cool.
You can't be wearing an Eagles shirt if Bradley's on the show.
God, no. Honestly, I would probably. Actually, I can never wear anything. No offense. I love you both, but I can never wear anything Boston. It's not my blood.
We'll have an intervention.
Bourbon's on me in Lexington when I come down to see you, whenever that is.
Make it soon.
Yeah.
So, Andy, I tried to throw a little segue in there because you wanted to raise the question about conceding putts and gimmies.
Yeah.
When we were chatting before we clicked the button, Christian fumbled that probably like the tush push, but
it's the best play.
No, I think it's a really interesting topic, and I think where you go in this game, whether it's a member guest at the club, or whether it's the Ryder Cup, or whether it's a bunch of drunk golf pros playing a match. Like, the way people go about conceding putts is a super interesting dynamic.
Oh, I had a strategy when I played.
And what is it?
My strategy was I gave putts early. But I'd even sometimes if I'd give a 3-footer early. Round got a little further along. Maybe it was a side hill short putt. Somewhere around number 6, 7 in the round. If it's still tight.
Yeah,
let's see it happen then.
Look, I think for me, it's really interesting. Like, I just played in my brother's member guest a couple weeks ago. It's a little sidebar, but we were playing these guys, and one of the issues with giving putts is actually giving putts, right? So my brother knocked one up about 6 inches away, and they didn't say anything. And I was like, Vern, you got to put a mark on that. He's like, no, that's good. The opponent said, that's good. I was like, okay, Kevin, but you got to say it's good. Like, you literally need to say that's good. You can't just have some sort of, understanding of what's good and what's not. So I think that happens quite a bit, where people don't quite get the fact that giving putts is actually verbally saying that you have to give it. I think I've been in a member before, not patrolled by Yip Strickler, by the way, but where my partner was given a putt, my partner and I gave the putt to the other team who was on the line of the guy who was putting for par. And the guy said, well, I'm still going to putt it anyway. And then, there was this big argument about whether he could putt it or not. And of course, you can't putt it. I just think there's so much so much craziness that goes around giving putts that it's just kind of madness in certain circumstances.
Question for our resident historian there, Mr. Baldassari, is
yes, sir.
Didn't that happen in the Ryder Cup a few years back? That somebody thought they heard him say it's conceded and then they didn't, or
Oh yeah, there's been a couple times like that. And then you see them on TV going, "You said it." Like to Yanni's point, yeah, you got to be really definitive, really clear. It's almost like a provisional ball. You hit one way right. I think I'm going to hit another one. What are you declaring? What are you saying? You have to say, "I'm hitting a provisional ball." So yeah, I totally agree. I think there's been a lot of friendships ruined by this giving the putt early on. I mean, a lot of people do that, Alan, where give it early, and then they're not used to hitting the 3-footer, and then on the 15th hole they got a 3-footer, and gets a little dicey. But yeah, there's been a lot of really the Nicholas Tony Jacklin concession one is the big one, but there's been a lot of other situations out there over the years.
I mean, there was one in the Solheim Cup a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Where, and that's another one where it comes down to, what is the player going to do about it, right? So the girl, I forget who it was, maybe Allison Lee or I forget, but she putted one up. It was Allison Lee, I think. And basically it was 6 inches. She picked it up. They said they didn't give it to her. There was a big hubbub and they ended up, losing the hole. But if you're the other team, if you're the European team on that, there's only one way to handle that. And it's, oh yeah, I gave it to you. You just didn't hear me. Like you don't like pull that on somebody from 6 inches. You just don't do it. It's just not in the spirit of the game, especially in a game where there are concessions.
Right.
I agree completely, especially in a match like the Ryder Cup. If you're playing on a weekend, I don't typically give putts for people unless it's Alan DePew who makes everything. But
it's such a golf pro thing.
It's such a golf pro thing. It's like
I've got that one teed up here in a few minutes. Just bear with me. Keep these references.
All I'm saying is that at the end of the day, obviously, if it's virtually a tap in within a foot, obviously you're not going to miss that. That's one thing. But I think that's how some. And I'm going to go my full Yip Strickler moment here. That's how some sandbaggers get their handicap down, is because they get these 4 or 5 footers that people give to them on a Saturday or Sunday, and then when the club champion or something comes around, or a position like a tournament, they miss those all the time. So
I love the guy that rakes it in from like 6 feet. That was good.
Here's a quick tip. I get this from Raymond Floyd. Okay, Christian. Raymond Floyd is a World Golf Hall of Famer. We got to educate him on who Raymond Floyd is. But I was working in Indian Creek Country Club. It's on an island. It's an exclusive private club. I'm watching Ray Floyd practice a lot. And I picked up a lot of things that I still use to this day. And one day we were talking about something, and his line was, "Don't ever hit a putt unless you mean to hit a putt. Don't ever walk up to a 2-footer and like, okay, let me get out of the way." And don't ever, never, ever hit a putt unless you are committed and you go through everything, because you do enough of those and it gets in the back of your mind. So
if they give it to you or you give it to yourself, don't putt it.
Right.
Don't putt it.
Right.
Because that's 100%. And I can tell you guys straight up, I had a round of golf earlier this year where I missed a 2-footer, 2.5-footer at the end of the round to shoot the best score of my life, right? And I can promise you that every 2.5-footer that I've stood over since then, there's a lot of noise going on up there. A lot of noise.
I mean, I know we joke about my putting ability, but I grind.
It's no joke.
Dude, I grind on 2 to 3 footers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everything. Visualization, hands, keep the putter going to the hole, pick the line. It's because you can't miss them. You start missing them, especially when I'm trying to make them for 6. I mean, it's just
gets exciting.
That was a joke. Nothing, Christian. I tried to joke.
I wish I was putting those for 6. I'm putting those for like 7s right now, at least. When I'm playing against you. If I'm playing against Andy, I'm putting those for 3.
Oh.
So so Bobby, did I hear you? So you give them early, and then you get stingy later on? Is that what your strategy always was?
A couple of times I've said in a match, you know what? Let's put them all out so we don't have any of this vagueness. I've tried that before. But yeah, I've been like everybody, where pretty gracious early on. You're banking on later in the round somebody is not ready to hit a 2 to 3 footer with a few inch break. So I think that's the usual. You're going to make them putt them later. You give them to you earlier.
So my friend Austin Eaton, who's been on the show, told me, and I'll never forget this. He was playing Trip Keeney in the U.S. Mid-Am, and it was the year before Austin won the U.S. Mid-Am. But he was playing Trip Keeney, and it was Ace's first like real time on stage, right, in an event like that. And on one hole, it was like early in the back 9. He was up maybe 2. And Keeney had like a 3-footer with downhill and a little break to it. And Ace didn't give it to him. And Keeney went up and made the putt and gave him shit walking off the green. And only the way my buddy Ace can do it. He was like, "Hey man, I'm kind of new here." He's like, "I know that I've missed that putt 100 times, so I figured it'd be okay if you putted it."
Love it. Christian, I understand, obviously, as you said earlier, you're a little bit of a hard ass when it comes to playing with the boys. So, I mean, nothing? No consideration at all amongst your bros?
Well, bro golf for me nowadays is a lot different than when I was in college.
Oh, golf is definitely different today.
A lot different. A lot of drinking.
Yeah.
Cigar,
now you're okay. So here we go. Here we go. Let's get into this. So Labor Day weekend, golfers out laboring. Okay. My group text. I'm going to go on my little rant right now. I have, like Bobby, like our missing colleague BE, which we hope he feels better. We know he's watching actually right now. We have been on the development side of, golf and wanting to see more people out, as I'm sure Andy has as well. And Christian, in your junior days, you were the person we're trying to help. The golf dynamics have changed radically. And as an operator, I asked the question in our group text, what would possess you if you're beginners, you want to book a tee time at 8 a.m.? That's my first question. My second follow-up question to you, Mr. Nazamus, is what is up with the bros? It used to be we got drunk in the bar. They want to get drunk on the 13th hole with a cart and a tree. And they're all playing for $100 Nassau's. And gambling's rampant here in Bushwood. And help me to understand the culture there, Christian, because I'm not seeing it. I'm old. I'm wearing specs. Help me out.
Well, I don't know when it comes to, first off, if you're playing for $100 and you're a beginner, I want to come watch that match because that would be...
Oh, and they all wear white belts. Where's your white belt?
Ooh. So I was a big white belt fan growing up. Wear white belts with everything. White golf shoes, white hat, white belt. Goes with everything, obviously. I've now transitioned from the white belt to rope belts. I'm a big rope belt fan. As you get older, as the more beer you drink, you get a little bigger waist over the years. So, I used to be a 30 waist. Now I'm a 32. So I got a little bigger as we go on. But point is that, these golf pros are just, especially at your course, Alan, I will take any golf pro on anytime because I'll sling a little 7-iron from 165 into that top left flag. Whatever hole it was, forgot what it was. But, these golf pros are just different today. They're everywhere, though. They start drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they don't finish till 5 o'clock at night to get away from the wives, to get away from the girlfriends for a day, whatever the case might be.
1,000%. Bobby, do we have Kentucky bros?
Oh, they're everywhere. But I will admit that the women, ladies, I don't know what we call them, the gals, they won't do what the guys do. These ladies will not show up at 8 a.m. and have the gall to think I'm going to start playing golf and I need some of those white round things and I need some of those things we call those golf clubs. Yeah. Ladies don't do that. They're going to get some instruction a little bit early. At the very least, they're going to play later in the day. But I'm with you. I think there needs to be a national something at a club that you can't play. You can't go on a golf course until you have the rudimentary etiquette wherewithal about what to do, where to pull a card, where not to go, just the real bare bones. Nobody knows that. They go out there and they just think, oh, I can hit it and move it along. It's awful. Nobody wins.
I think the golf business, we're failing with trying to communicate some of these. It's no fun to have the ranger come up to you on the third hole and talk to you about pace of play. When maybe you should have played that golf at 2:00 in the afternoon when it's a little bit slower. Oh, I like that.
I'm bringing this back to America.
I love that.
Well, the new thing now too is, have you guys heard of the whole birdie shots thing?
No.
I know the
When
water
you make a
hazard.
birdie-
I know the water hazard's popular, Andy.
Well, when you make a birdie, you take a shot.
Right, birdie.
Or now,
Do we have
people aren't-
Andy? Do we have a cue mixer for the water hazard?
Yes. We have a flavor for all sorts of water hazards. But yeah, to your point, Christian, like, and we've talked about this before about growing the game and all these people that have come into the game. I mean, inevitably, the game has grown with this group of players that's what they do. They drink till they're hammered. They bet like crazy. They take 5.5 hours to play golf, and it's just kind of what's out there, you know.
They've got a Bose sound system on their golf cart.
Yep.
Like I'm all for, like, when I go out and golf now with my buddies here, like, we'll listen to music, whatever that case might, Tom Petty radio, like country music, whatever. And I'll smoke a cigar on the back nine, have some fun with it, whatever it is. But we're not getting hammered on the course. Like, that's just, for me, in my eyes, it's not fun. I don't get out to play enough as I used to. And it's something where I cherish the moments now, going out there for 4 hours, 4.5 hours, whatever. I could care less if I shoot 100. I could care less if I shoot 70 or 65, whatever.
Well,
it's more so just getting out there to play.
We've said before, you kind of need to surrender your bro card at times because you got an old mind when it comes to.
He does.
I'm not your average 28-year-old.
Yes.
I think we all know that.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
We're not just talking about those gray sideburns either.
Hey, I can turn and the gray chin and the beard. All I'm saying is that I could turn that bro switch on real quick if we need to.
Oh, like that snap of the fingers? Is that what you're
just saying. Hey, I'll go full bro mode on. I'll wear the white belt, the white hat, white shoes all day long at Eagle Ridge Golf Club.
Yeah.
Better believe it.
Look a little like Frank Sinatra there singing the song.
Yeah.
Bob, but back to your point, the ladies. So we've all seen the stats. The ladies are the fastest growing segment, although junior golf is exploding as well. I mean, they come in, they look put together. They've got the golf apparel on. They've got the clubs. They're ready to. I mean, they're ready to learn the game, and many of them, as you said, take instruction because they want to play the game better. And, I'm not advocating. I'm not suggesting at all. I'm just saying it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a gal, but I think the business and it really this past weekend I just saw it a lot. It was fresh on my mind. We got to do a better job at trying to give them a better experience in getting them onto the golf course. That's all I'm saying. I'll give you the final word on the topic, sir.
Yeah, the ladies want to learn how to do things the right way. The guys say we'll figure it out along the way. So the ladies are more interested in the rules, the etiquette, how to keep up pace of play. The guys just, go out and have a good time. So I could go on and on for this. I've been studying this, using it in my teaching, my coaching. I know Brendan does the same thing. But it would be really, really healthy for the golf industry if more instructors on the front end took people on the golf course and get past you got to swing perfect. And how do you move around the course and hit a lot of awful shots? but pick it up, move it, tee it up everywhere. We had an outing the other day at the Woodford Club. I told everybody there, I want all the new golfers to tee it up everywhere. You're not playing a USGA event. You're not playing for a gin handicap. Please tee it up everywhere. I had so many people come in afterwards and go, that was so much more fun. I actually contributed. I said, great. Your team shot 75, scramble, whatever. But they moved around. The pace of play was remarkable. So we need to devote probably a whole nother show to this one.
You know, there's a fine line between like the stuffiness of golf in the bros, right? Like there's got to be. I think so many operators have been so deathly afraid of trying to enforce any bit of rules and etiquette to the bros because they're afraid to run them off because they've been a big part of the extra revenue. And
yeah, the reset of the last 5 years.
Yeah. So, but I think personally that you don't have to be so afraid of that because they're not going anywhere. And I think if you ease them into it the way Bob's talking about, they'll start to get it, and they'll start to understand a little bit about maybe how they can still have fun but still respect the game a little bit more than they do.
Here's my final thought. This is a bet I've never ever lost. Guys, force my guys behind ladies on the first tee. I've said to them for 30 some years, I will buy you guys a round of drinks and chicken wings if you catch these ladies. I'm batting 1,000. I've never paid.
Yeah.
Nice. And by the way, I just got to throw this little zinger in there. If it was a Dixon golf special outing, they would not shot 75. It would have been more like 47. Just saying.
Or the Little Linkster Scramble.
Little Linkster Scramble. All right. 18th hole. Mr. Nazamus. Final thoughts.
Got a few things.
Oh, come on.
Football season's back. First off, go Birds. Okay. We're going to destroy the Cowboys tomorrow night. Just kidding. I think it's actually going to be a pretty close game. But happy football season's back. Happy to be back, obviously, with you guys. Want to shout out BE, too. I know he's watching. Hope you feel better, BE, and your family. We're thinking of you, and obviously we love you. So that was it.
Mr. Hydorn.
So just want to give a couple of shout outs here. Mr. Michael Booker for coming on and giving us some content while we're recording is super fun for us, and it's valuable, and we appreciate you there. And we need to get you back on the show live with us real soon. So another shout out. I have this group of friends at Champions Golf Club that we do these gentlemen's putting society things that I've talked about before. And
we haven't heard about that in a while.
Oh yeah, well it's kind of calmed down, but me and my buddy Pete Willoughby are the two stalwarts that were there pretty much every night. And Pete's a great guy. He's gone through some health issues with his thumb. He had to get a tendon replaced on his thumb. Just had another little surgery on his arm, but he's out there putting one-handed, two-handed every night with me, and I cherish those moments every night out there.
I love it. Bobby?
I got two things. One, from the show tonight, I learned that I have the same waist size as Christian. So I'm still a 32 all these years later, Christian. So it's something to aspire to.
They only fit on one leg, but I'm still at 32.
And I may or may not have some pants that go back a few years that Pam says to me, why do you have these pants? I go, they still fit. They'll come back around.
Spoken like a true dude. Why do you still have your clothes? Because they still fit.
Like a true bro.
Yeah, but one thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if anybody saw this in Golf Digest, really cool, amazing story, but because I got to read it here. It's this 21-year-old kid from Australia Jeffrey Guan. He lost his eye in a Pro-Am accident, so he's back playing on tour again with one eye. It's really inspirational. I hope the kid can get back on tour. It was a really neat story.
I have two little tidbits as well. One's a little suspect to throw out there, but this is the kind of people we don't want to have grow the game. Would-be assassins tell our president he wants to play golf against him. We don't need that in recent court case. You didn't see that one? Look that one up. Yeah, that nut job in Florida wants to challenge Trump to play golf.
The one who was hiding in the bushes with his gun?
Hiding in the bushes wants to play Trump in golf.
So he only ever wanted to play golf. That's all.
That's all really how he's trying to sneak on. Who knew the dawn was coming around, right? So and shocker, another one out of Florida. BE, it's all your people down there. The other one is, how about Charlie Woods? You see the ace?
Yes.
Throws in a little Uno at Sawgrass, actually. Very nice. So just lay off Charlie, let him keep developing, let him have fun. Let's all have fun. And go Birds, right, Christian?
Go Birds.
Christian, you good luck in your draft tonight there, kid.
Thanks. Got the 9th overall pick, so we'll see how it happens.
I'm sending you plaid pants, Christian.
I've come in last place the last 2 years straight, so I'm
take Saquon.
Last.
Take Saquon.
He won't be at 9.
He will. He'll be there.
I don't know. Maybe.
Until next week, tell us what the outcome is.
All right.
You only have one opportunity to sell your golf property. Shouldn't you partner with an expert that offers you 30 plus years of golf industry experience combined with the reach of a global leader in real estate? Colliers International Golf Brokerage and Advisory Services understands your unique business needs. Whether it is brokerage, management, and consulting, be reassured that the market leader in the business of golf is providing you the real answers and practical solutions you deserve. Contact Golf Talk Live co-host and Colliers Golf Advisory Services member Alan Depew today at 717-554-8519. That's 717-554-8519.